Jack Maness, musician, Long Beach, California. Was involved with the Long Beach Dub All Stars. I played keyboard and sang backups with the band, most of the harmonies, and that band was, I'm sure you guys are all familiar with, but just for record's sake, was a band that followed Sublime, and that's how we started with that. But I had played music with Brad Nowell from Sublime prior to Long Beach Dub All Stars, which was his death. So originally my family's from St. Louis, Missouri. My mom moved out here from the Midwest in, I think, the early 70s, and then I moved out here in the mid 80s and attended high school out here. Wilson High School. It's in Long Beach, California, corner of 10th and Eximino down there. And that's where I met Brad and Opie and all these guys, you know, that we were all kind of in the same area at the same time and had the same interest. And we all just started running together and goofing around and realized that, you know, each of these guys kind of had similar interest and skills and intermeshed them, you know, with each other. Yeah, we were just kids running around there. So he had traveled in the Caribbean, I guess, with his parents. But that time period, there was a couple different programs on the radio. One was KNAC. So you would hear it in the LA radio station Sunday, or it was typically they would play it on Sundays, the reggae in the mornings. And they try to play it most of the day, and you catch different shows, KPFK, Chuck Foster, and all that good stuff. So I found this Rivers of Babylon song and fell in love with it and played it to Brad and was like, hey, you know, and immediately, you know, we locked in on a harmony, and none of these other people had really heard it as much as until we brought it to the table. You know, a whole generation hadn't heard that song. So, and it wasn't even intended for that. I didn't at the time. We just did it as fun. We recorded it in the living room. I didn't know they were recording, and you know, it was let's jam. So we just started jamming. So people came over, and it was pretty impromptu. And after we finished playing it, Miguel pressed play on the recorder, and you know, I was blown away because it was pretty simplistic recording. You know, 2 microphones, but he knew where to set it up, and he knew how to capture that sound in that time. So. And that's the approach that we took. It was just a very simple campfire style. And the real, I mean, I don't really want to play it right now, but I might in a minute. But the harmonies is really what, you know, drew people in on it, and how we, you know, got it out. And it was like that every time.
Los Angeles, California. How you doing tonight? You got the Sublime fans in the house? This is a song I recorded with Brad Nowell a long time ago. If you know it, sing along.
2nd Street is a pretty busy area down on the shore, which is the area that we all run around. So we would set up on the sidewalk, and a couple of times there were some pretty big festivals that turned out. You know, you would be surprised, over 100 people there, skateboards and, like, you know, partying. Even the police just going, "Wow, this is cool." I hadn't realized where the song had come from until after Brad's passing, and flipping through the Bible, and I just happened to come across the 137th Psalm. And I went, wow, this song's a little bit older than I thought it was. You know, these guys in the 50s didn't write this song. These guys in the BCs wrote this song. So it goes back that long. It's public domain, as far as I'm concerned, and it will be forever. It's for everybody. It's a pretty good song. Yeah, it was a pretty good close to the end of that record, you know, and it just kind of summed it, for me it summed it up, and I was, like I said, I'm very grateful that, you know, I was involved in that. It was a wonderful thing to look back on, and you know, after Brad's passing, it was, obviously when he passed away, I was, you know, we were all super heartbroken, the inner family, inner circle of musicians and friends, and all that, you know, everybody, and then it just kind of made like a pond, you know, the people, you know, a wave in the pond, and everybody just kind of felt the impact of it once they heard his voice and his contributions. Everybody was heartbroken by it. I think he was he bridged the gap between the Jamaican artist and the American listeners, and and then worldwide listeners. These different things that really sparked his soul, and just I don't think he did it. He just did it because it worked with him and what he wanted to do, and the messages were, just kind of like a baton to another racer, just kind of passed along. He took them and ran with them. And nobody could foresee it going that fast. But once you realize the impact it had, you knew the shockwave of his music would continue to resonate. So it's pretty crazy, pretty powerful testimony to music.